Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the experiment I've been doing, and a lot of it has to do with people always tell me, Jason, you don't practice what you preach. So I decided to go ahead and do so, and I made a commitment to doing so, and that's what I've been doing. So let me put on my +5 out of weaponsmithing, work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. And, I've had a few people notice, definitely people notice on the Instagram when they see me at different angles of walking around, because we do have footage and stuff of us going out, doing things. Seeing me in different environments, which also kind of throws off the idea that I'm a recluse. I don't know why people get that idea. But I've started this experiment, and I've tried to tell people, look, if you have the time to do it, and I do manage to squeeze in the time, if you're doing hours of cardio, particularly list cardio, it doesn't slow your metabolism down. It speeds up your recovery. It improves your work capacity. And in fact, the argument could be made that eating more carbs and doing more cardio ends up with a better nutrient partitioning effect. In other words, it's a valuable recomposition and training tool, because when you're doing less cardio, you burn more fat as a fuel source. Now, obviously, if you're eating more carbs, it's going to get pushed back in the direction of carbs more, but the effect is the same. And it's one of the things that's been noted with a lot of endurance athletes who get really lean, even on ultra high carb intakes, is that when fat is moderated, they tend to get leaner over time. So what I've been doing is just taking the little bit of extra time that I have and dedicating it to cardio, because as I've explained before, you figure my YouTube channel, probably through my two big YouTube channels, probably 30 hours a week is dedicated to that. That's what I dedicate to my actual stuff. It's technically a part-time job. That includes researching, reading, keeping up with current events, things like that is about 25 to 30 hours a week, filming, editing, things like that. I spend about 20 hours a week helping Brittany with all of her career stuff, because Brittany has technically 3 different part-time jobs, all involved with hair, makeup, special effects. So I'm past a full-time job just helping her with that and this. And what that leaves me is approximately 3 to 4 hours a day when I'm not helping her with anything, and it's my free time to do what I want. And what I'm doing with that free time is that I'm choosing to do cardio. And I'm doing list cardio, and yes, I video game while I do it. I might show you guys some of my bike setups later. I have a couple different bikes for that. That eventually I'll show people, because I have one for console gaming and I have one for keyboard gaming. 2 totally different bikes. So what I do is cardio, and the thing I noted at first was that at first I got really sore. In fact, when I first started this experiment of doing 3 hours a day, I couldn't deadlift. So I didn't have anything on camera for a couple of weeks because my lower back hurt, my hips hurt. It took me a week to adapt to that. Like, I could barely walk some days, even though I had been doing an hour 5 times a week. I stepped it up. Then I got to where I could start lifting again with normal intensity after a couple of weeks, and then my strength had kind of stalled, and then I saw a slight bump in my strength. As you guys noticed a couple of weeks ago, when I was filming, my strength was returning back. I was able to get in an extra rep here and there with the heavy weights on my work sets, things like that. I started seeing improved recovery. But the thing that I've noticed is that the scale weight has only gone down very slowly. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm not burning through my muscle glucose, because I'm carb loading, particularly in the evenings, a lot more, because sometimes I do my cardio fasted in the morning. Because if I get hungry, what I will do sometimes, I'll go jump on my bike and ride it for an hour or two to start my day off before I eat, because it seems to blunt my hunger. And so for me, I find fasted cardio can be a hunger blunting thing, and then sometimes I don't get hungry until like 30 minutes after I get done with my bike. And some days that I've gone more and more, as I've gotten more used to doing this, I find that I can do the longer bouts of fasted cardio at a higher intensity level. And a lot of days now, I will go ahead and do my full 3 hours, have them done by noon, 1 o'clock, and then eat throughout the day. And it ends up being carb backloading. And what I've noticed is that, particularly if I'm going to train heavy the next day, I've noticed my performance in the gym is much, much better. But the thing that I've noted, again, having used different methods through my life to lose weight, usually there's a water loss associated with stuff. And I think because in this case I'm carb loading and then I'm using less cardio to burn through the body fat, I'm not getting depleted, meaning my glycogen stores aren't ever really truly getting depleted, in the sense that I'm not losing intermuscular water weight. And some people have noted in the comments, hey, you look bigger. I'm not bigger, guys. I'm down 20 pounds. I'm down 20 pounds, just waiting to swoosh again. But even though I've stalled, It's weird because I notice that I'm leaner around the waistline. My love handles have shrunk. Brittany notices it, and my pants are looser. Meaning, the couple of weeks that I've been at the same body weight stalled, I've gone down a belt size. So eventually, that's going to swoosh. But the things that I've noted is that as I've got further into this experiment, I find that my work capacity keeps improving. Meaning my energy levels are going up. I actually feel better. I have more energy. I recover faster from training. Like I've noted that when sometimes if I come in, I started doing a little bit of front squatting, and I wasn't even doing it every week. And I finally have been slowly building it up over the 3 sessions I've done it. The last couple of sessions I got really sore after doing it. The one that I did the other day on camera, I didn't get sore at all. All right, I didn't get sore at all. And what I thought I would do was interesting on that day. I had done the day before. I did that and I upped my total workload. The higher volume workout I did the other day was actually my longest cardio session was done the evening before. So that was kind of me with an experiment to see how much more my work capacity has increased. I had done my 3 hours that morning and started carving up that evening to get ready to train on camera the next day, right? So what I ended up doing, Brittany had to do a hair project here at home. She obviously didn't need my help for any of that, for just hair color and everything, so she was doing a color job. I had an extra hour and a half to kill at home that evening, nothing else to do, not going to watch movies or anything with her while she's doing hair. I jumped on my bike and did an extra hour and a half, so I put in 4.5 hours of cardio. 4.5 hours of cardio on Monday night, and then filmed Tuesday morning. I came in and I did front squats on the same day I deadlifted. What I noted, because then I got home and I did another 3 hours of cardio that evening after doing that, I noted that I didn't have any soreness. And normally I've been getting that. I've had no soreness in my quads from front squatting. My hips and everything felt great. Everything felt fantastic. Everything felt fantastic. The other thing I finally noted by that day, that Tuesday, which was 2 days ago, my breathing has improved. And a lot of people note my labored breathing. A lot of it has to do with body weight, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that I have a deviated septum. My sinuses get clogged really, really easy. I do eventually probably need to get a surgery for that. Eventually I probably will to sort that out. But yeah, I have a deviated septum. But what I've noted is that other than when I have stoppage here, I'm now able to breathe absurdly deep. And I remember being that way because at a certain point I was a distance runner through my teens. And, a lot of people have misconstrued that. They're like, oh, you're saying you ran cross country in your high school team. I never said any such thing. This is the sort of stuff that people extrapolate when you say something. They extrapolate it on the internet to make you a liar. But I never said that. I said I was a distance runner. I went and ran some marathons and things. Nothing to do with school. Ridiculous. Yeah, I did run some marathons and I was a distance runner. But I was able to breathe so deep back then. I'm noticing that starting to return. I got the same thing again when I had spent a year in bed sick and I got out of bed. I did this same thing. I'm doing hours of list cardio every day to lose 50 pounds over time, and it worked really, really well. I lost about 50 pounds while doing that over the course of a while. So I very well might do this exact same thing again. I was at 250 when I started doing this. I'm probably going to drop down to 200. But I'm noticing I'm retaining all my muscle mass now, retaining all of my strength. But my general work capacity is going up. My energy is going up. It's actually quite the opposite of what you would think. I've noticed I can breathe better. I've noticed that my energy levels are improving just from doing all this extra list cardio. My work capacity has increased. And so yesterday, I did another experiment. I ended up with more free time like had happened on the other day. And I ended up doing 5 hours of cardio yesterday, which is basically a record for me. I'm not going to be doing that very often. My goal is 3 hours. Just to try it out. So let me pump it up to 5, because sometimes when I've increased the amount of cardio I'm doing, I get sore, I get fatigued. This go around, I did 4.5 hours the other day, I did 5 hours yesterday. I woke up feeling fine this morning. I slept great last night, wasn't overly tired, went to bed about 11, passed out, woke up this morning, 7:30. Energy levels are good, I feel good. Wide awake. I've noticed my coffee hits me harder. Like my coffee seems to be stronger when I drink it in the mornings for some reason. It makes me wake up quicker. And I think a lot of that might have to do with the fact that maybe all this cardio is improving my cardiovascular capacity. It's probably helping me sleep better. But again, the deviated septum does give me occasionally like a mild sleep apnea. So I think between the weight loss and all the extra cardiovascular capacity, I'm probably getting sleep better at night. And that's been the interesting thing with this, is that as I've started doing it, yes, I do seem I'm definitely leaning out over time. But because I'm carb loading with all of it, and I'm keeping calories fairly high, nutrition fairly high, while using it to slowly lean out with sheer activity, I just feel better. I don't feel lethargic. I don't feel tired. I don't really get sore at all from even relatively heavy workouts, even though normally when you're losing body weight, you tend to get a lot sore when you train. I'm not experiencing this, not experiencing it. So really I have nothing but positive things to report for this. And it kind of goes against what a lot of people out here in the fitness world are trying to say, oh, list cardio is bad, you don't want to do too much of that. That's nonsense. I'm doing it, and this is something you can do for free. It does not a product people are selling you. You don't got to buy a supplement, a pill. You can do list cardio, anything from bikes. I have a couple of bikes to wrecking a backpack. But you know what? I haven't seen any negatives from it at all, only positives. To the point to where I'm probably going to continue this experiment for about a year. I estimate the way I'm doing this, it will probably take me about a year to get to the body fat I want to get at. Then I can back the cardio down a little bit and just maintain at a certain threshold. And you know what? I'm enjoying it. It seems to be doing only positive things for me. And it's something I can see myself continuing in the long term, because that's the other thing. Because I'm having to eat a lot of carbs in the evening, I don't feel like I'm dieting. Like I'm down 20 pounds and still getting leaner even when the scale stalls. My belt size keeps going down. My waist is getting smaller and smaller. My work capacity is going up, but I don't feel like I'm dieting. Like it doesn't feel like I'm being restrictive in any way with what I eat. I don't feel like I'm on a diet. In fact, I'm really not, because I'm eating a lot of food. I'm just eating low fat, a lot of starchy carbs. But I pretty much am eating unrestricted potatoes, brown rice, beans, fruit, watermelon, bananas, cantaloupe, stuff like that. I'm eating unlimited amounts of whole food carbs. I'm not tracking them. I'm not limiting them. I'm just eating till I'm full, all the way up till bedtime. While just keeping fat fairly low. And for me, I eat fat maybe once a week. I have a little bit of pizza usually once a week at a social gathering, which people have already figured out what's up with that. I'm on a TV show, Brittany and I are once a week. Of course, they get letters and everything, and they laugh about it from all the stalkers and everything, but that's kind of my little bit of a cheat night. That's only for an hour or so in the evening. I eat red meat like fajitas twice a week, and the rest of the week it's really low fat, really, really high carb whole foods for the most part. So I don't feel like I'm really restricted in any way, and it's working, and it's something I feel like is something I could keep up long term, as long as I continue to have enough free time to get the cardio in. And I'll kind of keep you guys up to date with the experiment as I go. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.